I don't know if you're like familiar with solar, but Freedom is basically conglomerating like everybody. Like they're just acquiring every fucking body. So like all the individual companies that I used to work with are now like under Freedom. So like I work with them. Who else? Thunder. That's pretty much.
I heard all of them actually. I keep on running into a bunch of solar guys actually.
Yeah.
Like I was just golfing with some solar guy. He started doing door to door. Now he's in private equity. But yeah.
Who? Mikey Lucas?
Yeah, Mikey. Literally know Mikey Lucas?
Mikey Lucas.
Shout out to Mikey. Funny. No way. Do you work with him?
Yeah.
No
we fucking
way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're behind
Shout out
so
to Mikey.
many. Bro, like we're behind so many major. That's funny. I know that, nigga. I'm deep in the game, bro.
That's crazy. No, I just met him on Friday at a golf.
Who are you? Oh, you just.
Yeah.
Who was there?
With Tyler.
With Tyler Fierro.
Yeah,
oh, that's right.
Yeah. So we're chilling. He's like, yeah. So what do you do? I was, oh, mortgage, solar. And they're like, all right, bet. We're like,
right.
Yeah, we know what's up.
That's funny.
So funny, and he's deep into the media stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're going back and forth about private equity and all that stuff, but I have a lot of friends that I grew up with that got into solar.
Yeah.
Great stories, bad stories, all that stuff. But I can see how a lot of companies are being bought out by these bigger companies.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was just the Wild West. Honestly, people were just making so much fucking money, and like it was just retarded with no structure.
It's not regulated.
But now it is becoming more like, yeah, there's just like one conglomerate or two conglomerates that are just kind of like acquiring everything, which is cool, whatever.
Well, I think it's going to bring stability to the business. I mean, I don't know it that well, but I know like a lot of people do get screwed over in solar. Where, you know, people will sell systems and then they don't get paid, or it takes 3 to 4 months. And these companies are over leveraged where they don't have the money to pay commissions.
The installers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a whole separate story.
Story. So today we're on the Nemo shoot story, bro.
Yeah,
what happened, Sebastian? How the fuck did you come to be? Where are you at? And where are you going?
Bro, I mean, I think calculated luck, to be honest. I mean, actually, like, take out the calculated side, honestly, because, I mean, what can I say? Nemo Shoots. I mean, that was my photographer name for a while. And it was funny because I remember, like, I would introduce myself, like, hey, Nemo, right? And
Finding Nemo?
At some point, you know those little downtown meetups, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You would go up and be like, oh, you're Nemo, right? I'm like, oh, fuck, this motherfucker really knows. Like, that's crazy. How did that happen? Dude, skating.
Skateboarding?
Actually, yeah, skating.
Let's
taking pictures on my flip phone. Matter of fact.
Dang.
Yeah. So I wasn't actually good at skating. I wasn't. I could do. My best trick was like a 5-stair, ollie, whatever, kickflip here and there. But since I wasn't that good, my boys were, and I would just watch them. Like, hey, let me kick it, take pictures, and I'll be like the one that can contribute that way.
There you go.
I mean? And the funny guy, right? So we did that, take pictures, kind of
graduated.
What
school did you go to?
Palo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we graduated from, taking pictures on a flip phone, and like this, I remember this Android came out one year, started taking pictures of like Red Rock. My mom was like, oh, let me print them out. I was like, wow, you really think these are good like that? So that was like the one piece, and then my buddy was selling his camera, $100. Maybe 2-3 years later, I started doing shoots. I'm like, I really didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of us didn't know what we were doing. We just kind of YouTubed everything.
Yeah, that's the way
to do it. Trial and error, and then, kept on like shooting, got a little decent reputation where people were like, all right, he's cool.
Yeah. Let
me shoot with him. Let's do concerts, all that stuff. And that kind of became like Nemo Shoots, I guess, for one time.
Yeah.
For the moment
for a
that it
season.
Was. Yeah, for a season. And then, dude, out of nowhere, I got into like mortgages.
Yeah.
Via college. Yeah.
So you were going to school, and then you just went straight into lending after, or?
So I was going to school. I was working for my pops at the Orleans, doing shoots like every day after work.
Yeah.
But I didn't have like a real direction. Like I was kind of like in and out of like terrible relationships, just like smoking weed, trying to sell weed here or there on the side, like just trying to be something I wasn't, right? And I remember the first time I got asked to do mortgages, it was like, hey, you ever heard of what a loan officer is? Like, that's what I'm doing. One of my buddies in my business class, he was like, it's like, no, I don't even know what a loan officer is. He's like, it's all commission based. I was like, dude, commission? That sounds scary as fuck. I want to be promised that I get paid $10 an hour, right? And you think that's the route to go. And so I didn't join that venture. Funny enough, my buddy Nick, I don't know if you've met him before, but he reached out to me and said, hey, dude, we're doing over-the-phone sales stuff. I was like, cool. What do I have to lose? I'm not doing shit right now anyways. Yeah. So the guy that originally asked me to do mortgages prior was the owner of the company he was working for.
No way.
Yeah, but this is a whole year later.
That's funny.
Let's just say I did take that chance a year before. I would have probably been in those starting groups of like, you know, whoever started the company at that time. And this was Chaos Home Loans. That's like a whole nother story.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I walk in. Sounds crazy. Probably doesn't sound good, but I walk in and there's just like a room smaller than this, a little hallway, and just people on the phone dialing. And I'm like looking around, I was like, okay, this looks like some Wolf of Wall Street shit. And then I hear, I'm like, what the fuck? I turn around and I see my boy Justin that I haven't seen in years, low key doing a little thing. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, it's like a little, it got my interest right here. You know, these guys are, I've seen this before in the movies. And then somehow, you know, success came after. I was like, you know what? Let me give this a try.
No
So
way.
say what's up to my boy. Homie's like, headset, here's a script, figure it out.
No way.
And
then would you just have like leads on a dialer or like what the fuck?
Yeah, literally.
No
So it would dial for you.
Yeah.
So it would go ding, and then somebody like, hello? Hey, how's it going? This is Sebastian from Chaos Home Loans, lender that works with VA. And then we had our script from there.
Yeah.
And I would tweak it to my own liking and like, hey, you're a veteran, correct? Perfect. That's exactly what we're calling. And dude, I became one of like the top app dialers at the time. Didn't know anything about mortgages. All I knew was how to get a date of birth and a social. So that was the hard part, right?
Yeah.
Because who's this like 22-year-old calling a guy in Florida,
right,
thousands of miles away, asking for date of birth and social, right?
Yeah.
So that grew into working for Chaos Home Loans, doing all these cold calls. Literally Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Think about 22, 23-year-olds running a mortgage company at the time.
Yeah.
Cowboy shit. Yeah. Like I'm rolling blunts while I'm taking applications. I'm not even fucking licensed at the time. Which was good because I wasn't quoting rates. So that was the thing. Like, hey guys, don't quote rates. You're not allowed to quote rates. I was like, all right, bet. I just take an application. So taking applications. I'm thinking I'm going to hit it rich because like some of the management at the time had like nice cars and, you know, they were selling the dream, right?
Right.
But, you know, years went on, maybe a year and a half, and we realized we're not getting paid shit. I was like one of the top sales reps, but not really making money.
Yeah.
Probably getting paid a quarter of what I get paid now.
Yeah.
So to make a long story short, we packed up, went through a few other companies, and then we started our own company called Harmony Home Loans, which, you know, I didn't put any of my own money up in it, but I definitely helped with the culture and helped like establish us as a company. And now we've been pushing strong for like 2 years at Harmony Home Loans. And
no way. And you're one of the partners in it?
No, but I feel like I'm a part of it, honestly. Like if you were to talk to management, they'd be like, yeah, I mean, you helped us foster like that culture, right?
But you didn't get any, you're not on the paperwork? Damn, you got finesse,
I have
my
a bit
nigga.
of equity in there.
Do you have equity in the company? Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's better than nothing.
Yeah, but that's like low key. But hey, now not anymore, I guess. But
no, it should. If you're contributing to the culture and you're like, you know, one of the leaders in the organization, then it should be like a no-brainer.
No, 100%. And you know, I just found out last week that I was top producer for this year again.
Let's go.
So it's 2 years in a row.
What's who's like the leadership? Like who owns the company?
Nick McGarry and Ian Dubo.
I don't know. No.
So the other partners, but we'll introduce you.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, dude, definitely a big change from photography.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. That's total. I mean, sales though, low key is like I didn't start making money until I learned sales. So like same thing, right? Like videography, doing music, just content. Like really is just content. Then I did solar for like fucking like for like 6 months in like 2019, bro. Like I was like fuck. I was just like like I was doing music full time. We lived downtown, and I was just fucking tired of like I was like doing recording engineering sessions, just like barely getting by. Huh?
Door to door.
Well, so yeah. So then I started with Mikey Lucas actually. I go into their office just because, like, my homies are killing it, bro. They're making fucking bread, and I'm like, all right, bro, I can fucking do this. These guys are retarded. So I go in, door to door, fucking got my face kicked in, learned, like, sales. You know, you have to learn deal with the rejection. Then fucking closed, like, 2 deals, bro. I made, like, 12 grand, and, like, I was like, holy fuck, all right, I'm on, bro. Fuck this. And then what's crazy, though, is, like, ever since I made that first money, I like just never like not made money ever again. Like it just kept going, and I took all like the self-development, all the sales aspects, and I just applied it to my business, and like which is the video business, and then it just fucking expanded and kept growing and growing and growing. Now we're kind of like plateau, but this is cool. The studio is cool. Everything's blessed, bro. Everything is like, you know what I mean? Someone's plateau is like somebody else's dream. Like, you know what 100%. I mean? So, and even me 5 years ago, I was like, would have been fucking ecstatic to know where I'm at today. Like, 100%. You know, so.
Well, I think we go through 5-year cycles.
Yeah, for sure.
And you kind of choose where you want to focus those 5 years in,
right.
Whether it's physically, in sports, finance, business, whatever it is, right?
Right.
And I think 5 years ago, you can say you were not the same person you are today.
Dude, not even close. And like, I wish I would have just picked up self-development sooner. So yeah, so it was 2019 when I started sales or learned sales and self-development. And then like 5 years later, like, you know, it's totally different.
That
life.
First 12K, you probably thought you were rich, huh? Like,
bro, I thought I was rich. I still think I'm rich. It's fucking, well, you have to, like, you know what I mean? But like, but yeah, your first 10K hits different. Like, you know,
you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
But you know what was crazy though? Honestly, when I first, so like those first 3 years, I was taking the bus to work, you know, literally staying at my ex's house, like not paying rent. She's like making me stay at my mom's house for weekends. Like, hey, like, you know, like you're not paying rent. Like, you can't be here all the time. So it was a struggle. But I remember when I got my shit together and I got my car and I had $10,000 in my hand.
Yeah.
I kind of got depressed.
What?
Yeah. Weird, right? Because I thought I was going to be like Super Saiyan in a sense. Like I thought that everything was going to be up from here. So I realized like, I was like, okay, cool. This 10,000 is cool. Yeah, I feel rich. Like, trust me, that feeling for me was the first $3,400 I ever made. That's when I thought I was balling.
Bro, I mean, same. Like, it's like every stage, you're just like, oh, I fucking made it.
Crazy, right? So, blew that, like, on fucking clothes and stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
And weed. But the first 10K and I had my car, it was literally everything that I wanted. I was like, I want 10K and a car. And I had envisioned literally the song that I was going to play, the freeway I was going to go down on when I got my car.
What car did you get?
Just a little Honda Accord, 2017. Sports edition. You know?
You know what I mean?
But... dude, I literally envisioned what I wanted and I got it and I wasn't, it was like, do you follow like MMA and stuff?
No.
So here's the thing. A lot of the champions reach that top and they get the belt or whatever. And they're like, they got depressed because they think something's supposed to change internally.
Yeah.
You're still the same person, right? You just happen to have that belt, or in this case, I had my car and money.
Yeah.
Well, 10K, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of made me realize, like, what do I want to do it for? Do I want it for the money? Do I want to prove everything wrong, prove myself right? So I think I kind of realized, like, I just want to be great at everything I do.
Yeah.
Like, the money will come. Whether for some people it's women, for some people it's attention, fame, right? But for me, it was like, I just want to be the best at what I do.
Right.
So that's like, after that, I kind of realized it wasn't about the money. It was just being successful and, like, genuinely helping people.
Yeah. I mean, being of service, being of service and creating value is like what will ultimately always yield
every time.
Money. Yeah. So it's like, as long as you could be of service and the more people you could be of service to, the more money you'll make. And the more you give, ultimately it's like service and giving. The more you give, the more you'll be in return. So that's why it's important to like always glad give or just like give in the universe, because it like always flows back. So
gratitude and servitude.
There you go, bro.
Those are like the two things that go very well. And like people ask me sometimes, like, yo, how are you getting business? I'm like, dude, I'm very grateful for where I'm at, and I'm just here to serve.
Yeah.
So if I'm helping the poor immigrant family that just got their papers and just have enough to buy a house,
right,
like I get more of a high of helping them out.
Right.
When they're like, I didn't think I was gonna get a house, compared to the, you know, wealthy guy who has, you know, $250,000 in the bank in investments, and he's like, okay, that's how much it is. All right, bet. That's cool and it's easy. But the struggle you have to get to like make the deal work for that poor family, like I get it 10 times more of a high.
Yeah.
Third the pay, but dude, like that feeling,
so...
it hits way harder, honestly, at the end of the day. So like that's kind of what I like to preach, is like servitude, gratitude is the right attitude.
Every time, bro.
It brings you to the higher latitude. It sounds crazy, right? But
it's facts. It's not crazy at all. It's funny how you have the wordplay on it.
Because it fucking rhymes, right?
Yeah.
But it's so true, because like all those words play like a part in like a yin yang kind of situation. You know what I mean? And like take you to that point.
100%.
And I think once you figure that out, I think you can find success in anything, whether it's
100%.
fucking money, relationships, anything. You know what I mean?
100%. No, that's facts, bro. Speaking facts. So what do you? Now you're a fucking top leader at the office. So what's next, bro? What are you excited about currently, and where are you going?
Dude, I mean, that's why I'm here to talk with you, honestly.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's throw some money into the business, which I've been starting to do. I noticed that the lead world is a little bit treacherous. You know what I mean? So I'm all 100% referral based right now. So my business people come to me now. Yeah. I don't have to go to them. But I figure like let me buy some leads, go from there. But this year was like let me invest money in my brand, my name.
Yeah.
I think I've been able to build an actual like reputation in town.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like fucking Josh Galindo, but
yeah.
You know, my name rings bells in some rooms, which is good. So now when I want to get more business or we'll take a step back. How do I get business? Literally from real estate agents. And then those are my referral partners. So tax repairs, financial planners, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is where I'm getting my business and maybe some referral business from past clients, right? So if I want to go attack like a Josh Galindo or attack a huge team, I can say, hey, look, I've been able to sustain this level of production for this many years.
Right.
And I have a good track record. If you see my reviews online, you're dealing with someone who actually can put words to the pavement, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Before then, I would cold call real estate agents and say, hey, man, look, I'm going to be the last lender for you. I'm going to answer calls, work on the weekends. I did do that, but I had nothing to show for.
Yeah.
And now I think I actually, like, there's a lot more conviction in what I say.
Right.
And I know what I'm doing now. So this year's, like, invest in the media, build my brand, and, like, start attacking bigger teams and kind of start putting people back under my belt.
Yeah.
I did that when I was doing cold calling. So I had like 3 or 4 dialers dial for me.
Yeah.
Take applications, I'd qualify them, do that. But I don't like babysitting.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I didn't have my shit together. So who the hell am I
right.
to tell someone how to live their life? But I think I've lived my life in a better sense and a more structured sense now to where I can say, okay, I can put you on game.
Yeah.
Here's what worked for me, and this is how we kind of take from there.
Well, yeah, speed of the leader, speed of the team, right? So, like, as the leader develops, like, so will the team. And it's like lead by example. So if you got your shit together and you're elevating, then the team will follow.
100%.
And, like, you know what I mean? And, yeah, that's dope, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think people would actually want to work
Are
for me
you
now.
allowed? So I had some lenders in here. I forget their company or whatever, but they like filmed some content, and they're saying like you're not allowed to like exchange anything of value for referrals. So that's like the law. But
right.
Are you allowed to like market to the general public, like run ads?
Yeah, you just can't
run
disclose.
offer?
Yeah, if you're gonna disclose payments, you have to disclose exactly like the type of rate, APR, and stuff like that. I'd be honest with you, if I knew exactly the things I'm supposed to do and not do on advertisements, I'd have to like really honestly look it up.
Yeah.
Or like we're supposed to take a license test to like find that out. That was like years ago. But
I mean, yeah, but you could run like an offer, right? So if it was like Las Vegas, fucking people, are you looking to buy a house?
Yeah,
but the
very
first
simple, very
thing,
big
like,
things.
yeah, right.
Yeah, like
the first step that's probably stopping you. I understand. Like I've been in your shoes, right? The pain of actually figuring out how to get lended. Luckily for you, I have like a exclusive offer. All you have to do is fill out this form. Boom, lead.
Even simpler than that. Can't get approved. Like I'd say in other senses, I would say.
Yeah, how would you write an offer? Like
hey, you having trouble buying a house? What if I told you I can help you buy a house with 0% down? Boom.
That's
DM
it.
me, drop in it. Like very simple. Yeah, because you don't want people. I mean, I think you can attest to this. People don't want to hear you talk for a full minute.
No, it needs to be like ads are like under 30 seconds. But it needs to be like hook. So like who the target market is. Exactly. So like if you're, for example, like to help conversion rates. So like, are you a Latino family in Las Vegas or something, right? Like, are you a black owned business in Las Vegas or like anything? So like you could run specific tailored demographic ads. You could run broader ones, but like it's better to run a broad one and then figure out what the demographic is and then retarget with the specific.
Exactly. And I think another thing too is like, hey, would you turn away from another lender? Well, sit down with me for 5 to 10 minutes and we see what we can do for you.
Yeah. So
free
something.
of cost,
so like hook, pain point, solution, call to action is like really the framework.
For sure. Also, I think for me, I think what sold other agents to want to work with me because I'm not big on social media. I mean, I have a few things here on my mortgage page. But I've sold like kind of the lifestyle where it's like this diligent guy who goes to the gym, works his ass off, then goes train jiu-jitsu at night, and then kind of eats healthy. But people resonate with that, and they're like, you know what, that's who I want to be, or that's who I am. I want to work with someone just like that.
Yeah.
And it's worked, and I think I want to just double down on that too, because it's worked.
So you could run ads. Wait, I'm just trying to like understand everything. So you could run direct to consumer ads, but you could also run affiliate ads, right? So like if you were like real estate agents or your lenders slacking or you're fucking whatever, shoot me a message or whatever, right? Like,
you know what would be a great hook? Want to know how you can close in a house in 10 days? Perfect.
Real estate.
Very simple.
Professionals.
Real estate professional, or like, I don't have any great ideas right now at the moment. But I mean,
no, this is a work in progress. Yeah.
And like in the real estate world, I think at the end of the day, like 10 days, most people are gonna be like, "What? You can close a house in 10 days?" Last time I bought a house, it took me 40 days, 35 days.
Yeah.
How are you doing this in 10 days? Well, very easy. You have your assets, you have your everything in order.
Right.
Cool, let's make it happen. I've closed some deals in 7 days.
What?
And you know, I can say, but I can also show you.
Yeah.
So the cool thing that I love about where I work with, we work with UWM. So they allow us to gauge a lot of our track records with like marketing material. Yeah. So that's another reason why people work with me. It's like, hey, we just CTC'd clear to close, meaning we got this loan all the way to funding within 7 to 10 business days. That's really eye-catching. And
for like real estate agents?
Yeah, and when you're in a busy market, right now it's slow because it's holiday season, but when it's a busy market and you have 15 offers on a home and someone can do the job in a third of the time, that gets the seller paid that much quicker.
Right.
Why wouldn't they not take that deal? You know?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking smart.
But also, I mean, it's very simple, dude. Integrity, too.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many deals I've nabbed by just spending an hour with the client, going line through line with them, which is like the boring part. But if I put in the work right now, and some numbers get skewed or something goes like, oh, remember I mentioned this, and that? Right. Oh, you literally told me that 3 times and asked me if it made sense.
Yeah.
So I think that's helped a lot too, where, look, this guy really put in the work.
It's like the pre-frame, right?
Yeah, dude. Like I have people buying their second home, and I'm like explaining like closing costs, and they're like, dude, my other lender didn't explain how rates work or anything. Like, I'm like, dude, you're gonna sit right next to me. You're gonna look at my computer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how rates work, closing costs.
So you only do,
everything.
or like, so you could only be licensed in like one market?
No, I can be licensed in 50 states.
Oh, but you, like, are you selling like only in Vegas, or you could sell anywhere?
This is basically my biggest market, yeah.
But you can market to other?
100%.
Oh, that's dope.
100%.
So like your agency could, or like you could have markets like all across.
Yeah. So in the direct-to-consumer world, where that's where lead generation comes in, and cold calling comes in. Yeah, the play is you're going around the whole country. Right now, my play is y'all referral based locally. Right. So clients come to meet me in person. Stuff like that. Where it's worked because one, our company Harmony Home Loans also has a reputation. So when I got a deal going on and I call the sellers and I say, hey, I work for Harmony Home Loans. Like, oh my God, I know Nick. Or I've heard of you guys. You guys are the up and coming lenders in town. You know, and it's true. Like it's literally true. We're the second biggest lender, well, not biggest, but second in production in the state of Nevada that uses United Wholesale Mortgage.
Are you guys able to like, what's it called? Use like other like Fannie Mae or like any other?
So yes. So Fannie and Freddie Mae are just these big, massive government-backed agencies that are basically buying all the loans off the big lenders. So it's all like a big wash.
It's all the same
So
shit.
you have Harmony Home Loans, who are the broker. We originate the loan. So we basically create the loan out of thin air, essentially. We create the client, get the product approved, and now it's ready to get purchased by an investor. And then from the investor, it gets purchased by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They hold those debts for the long period of time. So those, we would call them servicers. Okay. So it's basically like you're just handing debt over. And then everyone's just making a profit off that debt.
That's crazy.
It's insane. So now if you're in a retail side, so there's retail and there's the broker world. Broker world is basically making like a fixed amount off every deal, and they have a predetermined investor, okay, where the investor underwrites that deal. Then you have retail investors or retail banks where they have their in-house lenders, or in-house underwriters that underwrite the deal, and then they're going to send it to an investor. We're all doing the same shit. We're all selling the debt to someone else to buy it for a profit. That's like the way everything works. Now, Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, and Freddie Mac, they set the guidelines. Now, the crazy part is all three have different guidelines. So if Fannie Mae can't take the deal, Freddie Mac can take the deal as long as you tweak. Well, not tweak. Supply certain information in a perfect
they have
route.
the right. Yeah.
But dude, that's like half our job is like, how can we put it?
Yeah. Finesse the play.
Dissecting the guidelines in our favor. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So that's like a big part of being a good lender is like, all right, do you know your shit? And do you know that you can send it to another bank and they'll take it just because of that? If you have a fucking deal that's about to fall apart, buyers are going to lose their money.
Right.
Sellers are going to be pissed because now they have to wait on the market for another year. They're selling their house, all this shit, right?
Right.
But you're like, wait, dude, did you realize that you can do this, and that to make the deal work? Boom, solve the fucking problem.
Let's fucking go, bro.
So, I've fell on my face 1,000 times. And I've, unfortunately, in the beginning of my career, I lost a lot of people their money.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say that.
Bro, I fucking lost fucking $5,000 one time buying a house that the fucking lender didn't go through. Yeah. No, it was a house. It was like kind of, I'm glad it didn't go through, but it was like by my parents' house in North Las Vegas. And I went into escrow, whatever, put the $5,000 down, and then whatever, it didn't get approved. And then fucking, I was pretty pissed about it.
They didn't look at everything. Were you self-employed at the time?
I was self-employed, and like, so my real estate agent is kind of like, I mean, whatever, right? Who it's just the way the universe played out.
Most agents don't know shit about that.
Yeah, so what happened was like I had been like claiming on my taxes like a loss forever just because like I would claim like 16 grand like wash, no taxes. I was like, fuck yeah. Finally, then I came the year, I was like, fuck, I want to buy a house. So then I had to claim all my fucking money in that year, and it was like 180 grand or whatever. So I had to pay fucking like not only that, I had to pay like fucking $8,000 in taxes, $5,000 in the fucking escrow that I lost, and then
All for nothing.
Yeah, so then, like, anyways, the lender was like, yeah, like, because of there's no 2 years of consistent income or whatever, and you're self-employed, like, you're fucked. And I was like, and this was like the day before it's supposed to close. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah, I was pissed. So I was pissed at everyone. Oh, and then, dude, I was hella petty about it. Like, so the real estate agent's like, well, you just want to sign over like the fucking escrow docs so that the buyer could keep the fucking escrow money. I was like, they're gonna keep my fucking escrow money? I was like, no, I'm not signing shit. Fuck them. So then, like, for years, bro, they were like trying to sue me. Yeah. For years, and then they were trying to like process serve me. So they would come to the crib and they'd be like, "Oh, is Oscar here?" I was like, "I don't know an Oscar." And they're like, "Oh, really? They said he lives here." I was like, "Maybe he used to." And they're like, "Well, it looks like he has that kind of car." I was like, "I don't know if he has that kind of car." Close the door, bro. For years, bro, they never got me. Maybe they got the money out of escrow by now, but I never like fucking. Fuck them.
No, fuck them. I mean, that lender is a fucking dick face. All you had to do was say, give me your last 2 tax returns. Let me look at your Schedule C. What did you report? Oh, you only reported 1 year of tax returns?
Yeah.
Not 2?
Yeah.
Were you going to FHA?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so you needed 2 years. Now, if you're in business for more than 5 years and you went conventional to Freddie Mac, you take a 1 year average. You don't even need to show the other ones.
Yeah.
If you have a business license that's been established for longer than 5 years, you would have took it. But
whatever. That's neither here nor there. Now we're fucking. We do. Yeah, I'm actually about to get into some new real estate, so we'll see how it works out.
Cool. Dude, I'm sorry.
So refi, like, so I have a hard money person. Mm-hmm. I have this new venture going where we're gonna run the leads, and I'll be able to cherry pick deals. And I think my play, like, what I'm gonna personally do, like, with like to maximize this partnership is hard money, rehab, and then refinance. Is kind of like, and then rent it, basically. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna personally do to build my like portfolio. So like my thing is I've been like making a lot of money for the last. I mean, a lot of money is relative, right? Like to people. But so I've been earning good money for a while, but my wealth, like I don't have like a ton of wealth. Mm-hmm. So I just been doing the slow, boring shit like IUL, I have a Roth, but I want to build my like real estate portfolio. I think is like what my next quantum leap is. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think I'm pretty excited about like this coming up year.
Well, dude, it's an asset class that's gonna appreciate.
And it's like a no-brainer.
It's where you
like
park your money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I tell people, if you can cash flow an asset, in this case real estate, great.
Yeah.
But don't go in it for cash.
No, you have to. It's for appreciation and like just building the equity. Like, so if you have a renter building the equity, like that's what you fucking need to do. And then you do enough of those in fucking 20 years, you'll be set up.
I mean, it's slow, but it's safe.
Yeah, it's just the boring, safe shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm missing in my fucking... And same with, like, the Roth and IUL. It's, like, boring, it's safe, but, like, it's not enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to...
It's never enough,
to
right?
uncover... Yeah, I guess not, right.
Dude, you know I got into recently, which I, like... Everyone's like, oh, fucking crypto is fucking...
I know, right?
crazy.
Fucking... I know. I always feel like... Fuck crypto, bro. I always miss the fucking wagon every time I get into it.
I'm not fucking rich off crypto by any means, and I don't have even, like, nothing crazy. I'm not... But buying $100, $250, $500 here and there, like, every week for, like, 3 months.
I mean, fucking...
Dude,
what's that called?
Cost averaging. The same
dollar
way,
cost average. I do that with my fucking... With the S&P and fucking
and that's a safe
another
bet,
one.
and you should.
Yeah, but
You're
like...
never going to be wrong.
Yeah. But I know I've been thinking about dollar cost averaging it, but bro, I'm so fucking, ever since NFTs, bro, I like washed like $5,000 on that, and I'm like, fuck crypto, bro. I'm just gonna just do what I know.
NFTs went to shit for sure, but dude, I mean.
But no, you're right. I think there is. I just am getting right now, and I think it's always a red. You know what I do is I'll fucking look at XRP and Bitcoin every day, and then I'm like,
fuck. Let me wait for the...
No, then I'm like, fuck this, bro. And I'll open my Robinhood and I'll be like, all right, well, let's just keep that going. I'm not going to...
I feel you. And it's like, dude, I just started buying like 3 months ago. So this is literally like a brand new thing
that's
in my
still,
life.
bro, 3 months ago, you still caught the fucking...
Bro, 2.5x on my shit, which I'm like,
that's fucking
what the fuck?
That's solid, yeah,
Off
bro.
Bitch-ass little 100, 250, 500.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
Nothing, like every other week, like sometimes I'm drunk and I'm like, you know what, fuck it, $500. And yeah, dude, and that's a little safe play. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing is I don't know if XRP and Bitcoin's safe, but maybe, you know what I mean? And if I'm too late on it, I don't give a fuck. That's why I need to do real estate.
Yeah, and that's a safe bet. And you know,
I could probably dollar cost
I put
average.
in money that I was willing to lose.
Yeah,
you know
that's how you got to look at it.
100%.
I do have to dollar cost. I think it's not a bad idea to dollar cost average.
Because if you're there like, oh, dude, this is gonna fix my situation, you have it completely. Fucking. If you
the only way to invest is a safe and slow way.
And real estate's the way to go.
And it's the same. You got to go slow and safe, like, you know.
What I tell people with real estate is like, and this is what I plan on doing. I want to buy my second house next year. I bought my first house this year. But the play is really buying a house every year with 5% down. What you do is it's called the primary conversion. So you live in that house for 1 year, live in it for a year, buy your next house with 5% down, rent out the older one. Okay? And it's funny, I've done this with a lot of clients, but before you can just put whatever lease was on the, you can create a lease, say your mortgage is $2K, okay, slap on $2K on a lease, have someone sign, bet. The Freddie Mac were like.
Respect that's already like cash flowing or?
No. They were like, these motherfuckers are just putting whatever they want on the lease and just getting away with it, right?
Yeah.
So now you have to get a rental agreement, a rent appraisal that justifies the amount you put on the lease.
Oh, okay.
But as long as you can meet that requirement,
which like
qualify for the house.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
What it does is offsets the mortgage because not a lot of people can qualify.
And that offsets the debt, right? Like, okay, I see.
Because the average person can't qualify for
like mortgages. The debt to income ratio.
Exactly. So that's the play, dude. Is like you buy that primary house every fucking year with as little as 5% down, and most people think you need 25% down to buy an investment property.
Right.
Which is true, but you tell them like, hey, look, you're living in one right now.
Yeah.
You bought 3 years ago. You have a sub 4%, sub 3% rate.
Right.
That's gonna that actually will cash flow.
Right.
Compared to today's market.
Right.
So that's my plan. I want to buy another property next year. Do that for like 5-10 years and like create that portfolio.
That's what nice you gotta do, bro.
Because
slow and steady, nice
your
and
route
easy.
Solid.
Yeah.
But this is like the most plausible and like your average person can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, not every average person, but. 5% every year.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Put your money away. Stop
fucking it off, bro. Or just make more. Sell more deals, bro. Don't be a pussy.
Exactly. and it's funny. Like I love what your buddy was saying on the phone earlier about hourly wages. They're not sustainable. Like for growth. At all.
Bro, you know what's crazy is like before I did this, like I was a pastry chef for like 10 years from like 18 to 28. Yeah. And I would make good money, like $20, $22, $23 an hour. That's like what you think is good, right? Yeah. But like fucking now, bro, and that averages out to like $2 or maybe $3 a month. I wouldn't fucking get out of bed to take a shit for $2 a month. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would not fucking, bro, I make fucking 10 times, literally 10 times that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking crazy.
It's low-key a little sad though. Because I see people, they're like living on 15 hours, 16 hours. And I'm like, It is what it is. They're in that position because, maybe they made certain
it's just self-development, bro.
Some people don't know better.
Yeah.
Not that you feel guilty for making money. Because you can't, but you're like, fuck, man.
Nah, bro.
This dude makes... I mean, it sounds really fucked up, but it's like, dude, they're making my mortgage payment a month. And, like, they're over here buying a house. They have their priorities wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's times where I tell people, like, look, I don't think you should buy a house. I think you should actually, like, fix your credit, fix your income, and then come back to me when this is actually, like, something you can afford. But it's that wealth gap is,
it just keeps
day
going.
by day is getting expanded.
But it's like everyone has it's self-development, bro. The more you read, the more you expand your consciousness, your understanding, like it shows you what's out there, and then that your like reality can expand.
Well, here's the fucked up part. It's never been easier to make money in today's age either.
Dude, it's retarded. It's so easy, yeah.
Like, they're literally advertising you every 5 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of it's actually real. You just have to apply yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a million billion... Dude, you could fucking throw a stone and make money. It's ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? So, like,
For sure.
I don't know. If I, like, went broke, like... Or if I, like... I just feel like it's impossible for me now. Like, I don't even believe in the idea of poverty, like, anymore. Yeah. But, like, I would probably do door-to-door solar sales. It's like just what I know the best. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like so easy. But
look at it this way. Sales at the end of the day, what we do, we're in the people business.
100%.
What's the medium you're gonna bring that business through, right?
Right.
Like I always felt that, like, so in high school, like I was selling weed and pills and shit, right? But I would tell people like, hey, if you get me for every 2 to 3 clients you bring me, I'll give you a free eighth. But I was already thinking about like
referral business, baby.
Business, dude. It sounds crazy, but I didn't realize it till like later on. I was like, holy shit, I was trying to get referral business off some weed. But it's that simple. It's like, how are you gonna grow whatever you got going on, right?
Yeah, 100%, bro. My bad.
No, you're good. But it's funny. I'd be like, dude, so how's your mom? I'd actually talk to my, like, the little dub sack clients, like, hey, how's your mom? How's everything?
Bro, I sold weed at a high level for a while. You don't even know you don't even know me, dog.
I kind of wanted to sprout. I wanted to sprout that. So I remember last time I seen you at Tyler's, you're like, bro, we're like talking about trap and all that shit. Like, beans.
Yeah. What did I say? Okay, so I sold weed forever since like I started smoking weed when I was like 19, and then I just. Like, I bought an eighth, and then, like, my homie was like, let me get a dub. I was like, all right, boom, made a profit. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, this is it. So then I, like, started buying halves and then ounces, and I, like, just sold, like, like a couple of ounces a week or month, whatever. I don't remember. And then, so that was in the very beginning. And then fast forward to when I stopped selling weed, I was working at a restaurant, pastry chef, and I was selling weed to everybody in the restaurant. And then this was 2015, so before like weed was recreational here. So I started. Anyways, I got fired from the restaurant, and then I had a music studio, and then I was selling a ton of weed. So then I started advertising on Where's Weeds and Weed Maps, and like you didn't have to have license or anything back then. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and it fucking went nuts, bro. Like it literally fucking went bananas. I was selling like a half pound a day, and it was just like fucking nonstop, like $2,000 every single day. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, this is fucking it. We made it. I'm rich, dog. And then the DEA like started following me around, and then they fucking like raided my studio, and then I got locked up for a little bit, for like 27 days. Yeah.
Here in county?
Yeah. And then I got out. It was nothing major. They were just trying to like press me to like fucking snitch on like somebody. Yeah. They're like, you know anyone with real drugs or fucking guns? I was like, nigga, I sell weed. I don't know what the fuck's going on out here in the streets. Yeah. And then so then I got off that, and then I got another casino job for like another year, and then Pathfinder was already LLC'd by that point, so I was still doing videos and shit, and then went back for the last year in 2018, and then I left, and then been outside ever since.
What do you think was like the biggest change? Like that, what like really sparked everything for you? Like, was it jail? Was it?
I mean, it was everything. Like, it's like a culmination of So that was like my second failure. So my first business was a mechanic shop in 2013, and then I like totally went bankrupt, failed at that, and then went back to the pastry shit, and then selling weed, making music, then failed at that, and then 2018, I was like, fuck it, I'm going all in on music. This is it. And then Judy, my wife, bro, really like she kind of like helped organize shit, and then learning sales and self-development. The biggest thing is self-development, bro. Like I don't know if you see all these books. Like I read like fucking so much. Like now I consume the amount, like the rate I read at is so crazy. So just self-development is the biggest component, and like training your mind, masterminds, all that type of shit. So like just expanding your consciousness, and then like as you expand your consciousness and like realize that you're like really whole and complete, and like everything is already inside of you. So like all you need for success you already have, and then it's just creating that like opportunity for yourself, and then just continue to expand it. So that was like the biggest thing I would say, like self-development. Really, like the more you understand yourself and the laws of the universe and how you can apply them, it just continues to compound.
I love that. Pour into yourself.
That's it, dude.
And pour out. Well, dude, I feel that 100%. Biggest thing for me, honestly, was heartbreak, dude.
Really?
Heartbreak. Yeah. At that time, when I had that 10K in the car, it was because the girl I was with at the time was like, hey, like, I'm talking to this dude.
No way.
We just went through so much shit, crazy past, like, that's another fucking podcast. But long story short, I was like, hey, like, look, go build like a brand new life with this person. I'm gonna go get my shit together. If shit don't work out, I'm here for you. Whatever, right? Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
I was heartbroken, bro.
Damn.
There's a song by the 1975. It's something about someone else. I don't know the song exactly, but I literally manifested that into my fucking life, right? So, left her house, went back to mom's house. No car, no money, no business, nothing. I'm not even lifting at the time. I was like, I can either fucking go to the ground and like just be a shithead the rest of my life, or fucking come up from here. Yeah. So I got into jiu-jitsu, yoga, working out every day, to the point where I was like crying in the gym in my mom's garage and shit. Right?
Yeah.
And dude, like self-development, like dude, I got my fitness in order. I got like my jiu-jitsu going and shit. Started like flowing with that, and I think like it helped me like connect my neural pathways in my brain in a sense. And like that's what literally like that heartbreak situation is what like elevated me, bro.
How I went through a similar thing with the first business. So like when I went bankrupt with my first business in 2013. How old are you now?
28.
28. So yeah. So when did the heartbreak thing happen?
22. No, sorry. 24.
So yeah, so literally the same exact timeline. So I was 23 when that first business failed. And same thing, I went bankrupt, I lost the house, I had a new truck, I like had to fucking turn it in. My girl at the time left me, I had a dog, it died, and then I'm like sitting in my fucking mom's house in my bedroom, like looking up at the fucking sky, and I was like, bro, I must have fucked up somewhere, because like if I didn't fuck up, then like what the fuck, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, so then same thing, I like started doing Tai Chi, meditating, and I was like, I'm just gonna fucking get right, like mentally. And that's when I first started thinking positive and like being positive and shit. And then, and that was like what transitioned into like, I guess those were the early stages of self-development, but I didn't really start like vigorously reading until after like 2019, after I learned sales. But yeah, so I went through a similar journey back in those days, but then there's like stages of it. So it's like, you're always reinventing yourself. Like, you know what I mean? The faster you could reinvent, like even right now, like it's a quantum leap. Like, you know what I mean? Like the next version of myself is like a quantum leap. So I have to release the identity of like what I think right now. And it's always uncertainty that you step into to like go into this new field, invest new money, do new shit to create the new identity. So if you could create faster, like, you know what I mean, if you could recreate yourself every year and continue to expand, like you get further, like you will create more. And so like I feel like I've been comfortable in this identity for the last like few years, you know what I mean? And now I'm like, I just want to catapult into my next reality. Like I want to have like a $10 million net worth, like, you know, drive, I mean, I have a nice car, but like drive a nicer car, like, you know what I mean? Just material type shit, but like create more for myself and my family. And so like, that's kind of like the next quantum leap.
I think everyone in life needs either heartbreak or like something. Hope no one has to go through shit in life, but dude, that literally catapults you.
Yeah. You have to feel adversity in general.
Yeah, and I see you read Patrick Bet-David, which is
the
boy. Shout out to Patrick.
Yeah.
He talks about if you can reinvent yourself without having a
I
tragedy
think that's
in your
where
life,
I got that from.
then that's even better. But
Yeah,
most people need
that tragedy.
like us
Yeah.
in this case, need
Yeah.
that tragedy or that tough time to be like, okay, I really got to figure it out now.
Well, and that's why it's important. Like for me, like bro, like I said, my life has been laid up for like the last 5 years. I've been fucking,
Gucci.
doing good. Yeah. So like, it's like in those times of like right now everything's straight. I need to fabricate the adversity or like step into uncertainty so that it's like, oh fuck, I need to like, because there's like a power. Like when your back's against the wall and it's laser focused and you have no fucking choice but to like push through and break through.
For sure.
And so like if you fabricate yourself into those positions, you get a lot further.
Well, do things that are kind of scary.
I mean, yeah, bro, like to me, like investing in, well, I have a hard money person, but like if I took all my fucking money right now and put it into a house, I would be fucked. Like not fucked, but like it would be very uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Put 5%. That's all you need. No, but dude. Yeah, exactly what you said. I feel it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Honestly. Fire.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
28, bro. I didn't get have you made 6 figures already, yeah? Mm-hmm. How old were you when you made your first 6 figures?
Dude, literally fucking like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
2 years
so
ago.
28, I was 28 when I made my first.
How old are you? 30?
34, dog.
Damn.
Actually, I was 29 when I made my first 6 figures.
Bro, you did great for motherfucking 34.
Let's fucking go, dog.
I think like 27, 28 my age.
No way. Yeah, I'm 34.
Bro, good shit.
I'm happy.
Hispanic
I'm fulfilled.
genes, right?
I'm
You're,
fucking, yeah.
What are you?
Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're straight, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm 28, bro, and I just broke 3 this year.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, so I've been doubling every year.
Let's go.
I'm not where I want to be at yet, and I'm honestly still like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right? I mean, that's my biggest fucking thing, too.
Because, bro, I'm W2.
No way.
That shit is...
You're W2? Well, you should fucking start, right? Do you have an LLC and Schedule
something.
C?
We're cooking something.
Yeah, Schedule C that shit, bro.
We're cooking something. Trust me. Yeah, because I'm like, hold up. I was supposed to make
How much taxes did you pay?
Bro, like 32, 36.
Oh, my God,
returns
that's
are fat,
fucking
but
disgusting.
like, what's 10 G's? Like, that's not, like, no. I want to make my full cut, but that's another conversation, too. But
how are you W2?
It's regulation.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Nevada's like, honestly, it's just like they're trying to get more revenue. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because they just started W2ing motherfucking
solar.
people.
Yeah, I know. That's
so
fucked.
by law, we have to be W2.
Oh, no way. Mm-hmm. You could have an LLC and Schedule C, though, can't you?
We're cooking something.
Yeah, bro, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, claim law. That's what I did. I didn't know that I was doing it. So when I was working at the Cosmo, I didn't make a ton. It was like fucking, I don't even know, like 20 grand or something. Mm-hmm. But I had Pathfinder as an LLC, and then I claimed a loss on Pathfinder, and it like offset my taxes, and I got a crazy return back. I was like fucking, at the time, it was like 5 grand back. I was like, what the fuck? Let's go.
That's free. That's
you
free.
know? Yeah. So like if you, I don't know, I'm not a fucking financial advisor. Don't quote me. You should probably consult your CPA. But
100%. It's funny. My CPA is my dad. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was a accountant by trade. Actually, what I want to mention earlier was like as a business owner, you don't want to report a lot in taxes. And it's funny when I work with Schedule C people, I'm like, hey, like in my head, I'm like, if I didn't report anything, if I didn't report a loss, so like I'm gonna look. As a business owner, you don't want to send money to the IRS because they're gonna ship it somewhere else and spend it on stupid shit.
I mean, bro, I've been paying a lot of fucking taxes the last, not a lot. Again, it's relative. Like I think this year it's like 16 grand, and that's still like. For like what we made, like 16 grand is pretty good.
But you wrote off a bunch of shit, I'm assuming.
Well, I think the year's not done. Well, we just paid for last year, and last year we did like 480. Fire. So like we only off the 480, we only paid 16 because I have like
great. Are you 1120S now? Are you S corp?
No, I'm S corp. Yeah.
Fire. So you W2 yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So my personal salary is like 80K. Beautiful. So.
As you should be.
Yeah.
And you're keeping the rest.
Yeah. Basically, the business account.
In the business, yeah, exactly. And dude, well, see, my pops always told me like, so he was an accountant by trade. Now he's a business owner now, but he's like, son, the government, the U.S. has a tax code where it keeps a rich rich.
Right.
And it can keep your, regular like person, and regular person can be 500,000 a year, whatever it is, because that's like, in some cases, it's all relative, like you said, right? But it's gonna, like in your case, you paid 16,000 in taxes, but you made way more gross. Yeah. Bro, like
I mean, but I had like my overhead and my salary. Even though like even with like payroll, everything, I think it was still like 200K.
Yeah,
like,
you're still writing that off. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You're still writing off a shitload of that.
Yeah.
so it's sick.
Yeah, I have a 6 CPA that I got from Mikey Lucas, actually.
Oh, no way. Shout out to Mikey Lucas,
Mikey
bro.
Lucas is the plug, bro.
No, he's a cool dude, man. He's like asking me pointers on golf. I was like, bro, like I'm not the guy to ask, bro. I'm just
funny.
as bad as you, bro.
How did you get? It was Omar's shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you go to City Lights too?
No, I don't. We're Jewish.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I think, bro, I started realizing like a lot of people that follow faith are usually very successful.
Yeah, I mean, there's, it's whatever. It's all relative. Christian promulgating, though, I feel like is a problem. But other than that, promulgating is like where you fucking suffocate people with your truth. It's like, it's like unsolicited, like, no, Jesus will save you. And like, if we're Jewish, well, it's like Jesus was a Jew. Like, you know, so it's like, I don't know, whatever. Like, so promulgating is like kind of forceful preaching on the wrong, like, not wrong, but just like, ideals, yeah, exactly. So, that's the only thing about like Christianity, I think, is like whatever. But again, there's no right or wrong. The faith is like real faith is fucking stepping into the next endeavor, knowing that like it's gonna come through. Like so, 100%. Like if you started your own brokerage and you don't have shit, but you're like, I'm gonna fucking do this, and then you do it, that's like faith. Like staying in that is real faith.
I completely agree, and I think it's like back to servitude and gratitude. Like those are some things that a lot of like religions really preach, and it's like treat your partner with servitude, treat your next person with like with respect at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you might get shit in your face from a few people because a lot of people are motherfuckers, right? But I think like if you put those intention out there and you can make 1 or 2 more people smile in a day, or at least help them out, it helps out. And I was just talking about this morning, a buddy of mine. I don't know how much long we have here.
Bro. I don't have shit. I like my next call's at 3.
Cool.
So I don't have shit.
So my buddy. What
time is it?
It's
1:30. We're good.
Okay. Cool. I might have a call at 2, but. So it was funny. My buddy, he started to do business, right? One of my real estate partners, and it's out of love, bro. If you listen to this, I noticed we're on the phone with a client, and they like can barely make it happen. But in some cases, we have programs where it makes sense for some people, right?
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, we can wrap this up now." Like once we figured out like we really can't make it work, I was like, "Bro, like they're human beings, bro. Like let's leave off on a good hand.
Right.
You never know. Like I'm also thinking on the next step. Like if I give them the respect that they deserve, they're gonna have that cousin that can buy. Like, hey, look, every bank was like, you can't buy a house, go fuck yourself. Yeah. This guy actually took the extra 20 minutes to set me for success. Right. You should talk to him. I can't buy, but you should. Right. Because it's like, bro, like.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You never know where the next opportunity is going to come from. It's all about relationships.
Yeah, and that's not where my mind was at the time. It was like, I just want to help these poor people. You know what I mean? Like, not poor in a sense like financially, just like, dude, they live in a trailer. They really can't figure it out. Like, I want to get them into something better for their family. Right. I was like, no, wait. Like, let me tell you what you should do so that we can revisit this in a year or 6 months. Yeah. But the fact that he was willing to just, it's like, bro, like, yeah, we're in it for the money, bro, but like, these are human beings too. Right. You know? I don't know. I think that's what shaped me in the last couple of years too, but honestly, it's like.
Well, everything's the infinite game. Have you read that book? Mm-hmm. Simon Sinek, The Infinite Game? Mm-hmm. The Infinite Game is like, it's like building a personal brand is part of the infinite game. It's like, you're not like, a finite game is like determined by winners and losers, like on an agreed upon set of rules. Like a football game is like X amount of times, there's 4 quarters, we're going to get to the end of it, right? The infinite game is like what like major conglomerates are playing. Like in the last 100 years, there's only been like, I forget, it was like out of the Fortune 500, there's only been 25 companies that stayed on the Fortune 500 list. Like, and this is like major corporations, like, you know what I mean? Like Xerox, like big fucking billion-dollar organizations that fall off, Blockbuster, right? Like, so the infinite game is where you are continuously like improving, developing, and going forth to play infinitely. And like, there is no the winner in the infinite game is the person that stays in business the longest. Like, and that's what you're playing is you want to play the infinite game. You want to stay in business and like, set yourself up forever, not just like for that one deal, for that one thing. It's like you're always playing. 100%. So like the infinity game.
I see essentially. No, like, you know I get that. I actually want to read that. That makes a lot of sense. And I think I've felt that way with every conversation I've had. Where can this take me? Right. Like if I didn't chop it up with Mikey, like we wouldn't be talking about him today. Right. If I didn't go up to you at Tyler's thing and like chop it up with you, like, dude, sometimes when I'm in public, I don't know if I want to have a conversation with this person.
Yeah.
You know? But I was like, fuck it. Like, sometimes you have that internal anxiety.
Yeah.
But then you're like, dude.
Well, that's why I loved fucking door-to-door sales, bro, because, like, now I feel like I could talk to anyone, pitch anybody. It's, like, the most uncomfortable form of, like, and same with the phones. I'm sure it's not easy, but, like, it's the same shit. Once you develop that skill, bro, like, I feel like, again, when business gets slow at Pathfinder, like, all I do is go fucking door knocking. But, like, I door knock businesses. I'm like, yo, you need some videos? Like, I got you, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, no, all right, next door. Like, there's always, the supply is infinite, bro.
Yeah, dude,
literally.
like, what are they going to punch you in the face? Well, that's why I say on the phone, like, bro, ask for the fucking social. And they're like, but are they going to punch you through the phone? No, they actually won't punch you through the phone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see, ask for the fucking social.
Yeah.
So it dives into a whole bunch of things, bro. And, like, right now, what's helped me a lot, too, is, like, jujitsu, bro.
Really?
Jiu-jitsu is the shit.
You've been training hard, bro?
Yeah, bro. I mean, that shit's scary. I always think I'm going to fucking break a limb or something, but I'm doing it because it's scary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's helped me, like, do things like this. Like, I know it's completely different.
Yeah.
I was looking nervous to do this shit.
Bro, you're the second person. The person that came on here before was like, I was nervous. I was like, nigga, about what? Like, it's just me chopping it up. Like,
but this is like the second or third I've done. I'm nervous every time, but
really?
I'm like, you got to learn to, like, just love the nervousness. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, it's part of like like when you focus, it's like before like a big game or something, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's instead of like labeling it as nervous, it's like, know that your like nervous system is preparing you to be like on point as fuck.
Or you're just alive.
Yeah. Whatever. I gotta pee hella bad, bro. We could fucking chop it up forever, but like, where can the people find you?
Bro, they can find me on social media, Seb Sells, SEBSELLZ.
Let's fucking
Nemo
go.
Shoots with the underscore at the end.
Let's go.
There's, holler at me if you're looking to buy it.
If you're looking to buy a house, hit the boy up. He might sign to our talent agency. We're not for sure yet.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hey.
All right, bro,
Thank you, bro.
Let's
Fuck yeah.
go.
Yeah, I didn't know how to close it out, but.